Lady Shanitra Beck with us. I'm so excited. Thank you for accepting my invitation to come on. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm so excited again. Thank you for accepting the invitation. It's an honor to have you. I know the viewers are going to be blessed by your testimony. I have no doubt about that. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get started tonight. So as you know, this is Women Who Rise. We've been talking about just women in general, women in today's society having to rise. So can you share with us your perspective? What's your thoughts on being a woman in today's society? You yourself having to rise, or when you look around and see other women, what are your thoughts on that alone?
Right. So, I want to first of all commend women who are rising in this day and time, because we are faced with so much. And I think when I think of women who are rising, I think of women who are getting up. In spite of, women who are, they are doing something in spite of. They are continuing in doing whatever God has called them to do, or whatever their purpose is in life. They are continuing. They're not letting the trials or the challenges in life stop them, but they are rising above. We as women, we are so many things to so many people. Some of us, we're wives, we're mothers, we're daughters, we're sisters, we're mentors, we're entrepreneurs, we're business women. And more importantly, we are women of God. And oftentimes, we are putting our best foot forward. We're being so many things to so many people. And, a lot of times, we are faced with setbacks and pushbacks. And through all that, it's a beautiful thing when you can see a woman of God, a woman to rise above those challenges, those pushbacks. They not quitting, because the easy thing, it's easy to quit. It's easy to sit down. I can easily sit down, but when I'm sitting down, I'm not doing nothing. But when I rise to the occasion, when I move forward in whatever it is that I am called to do in my purpose in life, if God have called you to do something, to rise above those challenges, those obstacles, and those hurdles that are placed before you, and know that with God you can win. We know the Bible says that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And it's God that gives us the strength to endure. It's God that gives us the strength in order to rise above those challenges. So I just commend women everywhere, all over, being able to rise above it all.
Yes. I like how the first thing you said at the beginning of the question, the first thing you said was women that got up, women that are getting up. I personally feel like that's so important. And she said, if you're not moving, you're not doing nothing. The first thing you have to do is get up. Without any movement, without you getting up, there's no way you can rise. So thank you for that. That really caught my attention. You have to first get up. There's something we have to do if we want to rise.
If you sit down, just rest for a quick second, but don't stay sitting. Get back up, get back in, and do what God has called you to do.
Yes, y'all hear that? She said, get up, get back in, and do what God called you to do. Thank you for that. So can I ask you, what was a trying time in your life, or a difficult situation, a difficult moment even, that you found was a challenge to you, and that you saw the need to rise in that area?
One thing, sis, I would say one of the most, I would say it was a hard trial for me, something I had to face. It was a few years back. I'm kind of giving my age, but it was a few years back. But I would say this was like the trial of my life that I had to go through. And I first want to say, I know that God, he will set you up for your success. I remember in the beginning, it was a week of women's convention. Like I said, it was a couple of years ago, the week of women's convention. I was on my way to work that morning, and God spoke to me as clear as day, and he said, you're built to last. And all throughout the day, it was playing in my mind, built to last, built to last. I remember calling my husband and telling him, I'm thinking at the time, like, well, maybe I know they had been trying to get the sisters to, speak in the outpour. So I was like, well, maybe I'm, supposed to speak on that, built to last. Not knowing that I would have to endure something for several weeks, months, and years to come. And I remember going home that evening, getting ready for church, not making it to church because I remember something hitting my body that took me out. I hit the floor. It was excruciating pain. It hit my body, and I was in so much pain. I remember having to just kind of be still for a little bit just to see if it would pass. And I remember calling my husband. I believe I called my mom, and eventually my husband got there. We went to the hospital, and that right there, it started a long process of weeks, months. the things that I had to endure. And in the beginning, sis, you know, my faith was great. You know, I was believing God. I was praying, you know, reading my Bible, doing what it is I need to do to be strong in God. I remember each time going to the doctor and still getting the same feedback as before. And I remember there came a point to where the doctors, they had did all they could do. And basically, you know, it is what it is, and that's how it's going to be. And at that time, you know, like I said, I was praying and I was believing God for a miracle, you know, asking God to just, you know, heal my body, you know, make the doctors believe that, you know, your power, you know, and I was trusting God. And each time nothing was happening. So it became, you know, what do you do when nothing happens? Yeah. What happens? Nothing happens. And I remember going to a low place. I went to a low place. My strength became weak. Each time I had to go to the doctor, had to get procedures done, had to get surgeries and different things, getting poked on, going through pain constantly. And I remember getting to a point to where I was about to give up. And again, God, he will set you up for success. Remember in the beginning, he told me, he said, you're built to last. He was already setting me up for what it was I was about to go through. And at the time, like I remember preacher saying, if you begin to listen to the enemy, it started to make sense. I remember sitting and just having pity parties and thinking about, you know, what's going on, why God isn't doing what I need him to do. And I remember the enemy speaking to me, and you know, he was saying, you know, look what you do. He was like, you go, you do street ministry, you do prison, you go to the boys' home, girls' home, you do all of this. And he said, and God can't heal you? Wow. And, you know, and I began to think, and I was like, you know, yeah, I do all this. But, you know, we never can do enough for God. Right. At the time, I was selfish in my thinking. I had a bad understanding. And I remember thinking, you know, I was like, Lord, you know, like, why am I going through this? You know, I do so much for you, but yes, I'm having to go through this. And, you know, I had got to a low place. You know, my husband, my mom, friends, I had my family, different people in my corner on my side that was really praying for me. And my husband, he would try to encourage me, you know, he would give me scriptures. And I got to a point to where, you know, I told my husband, I said, thank you. I said, but I know the scripture. Yeah. And at the time, I needed God to do something. I knew the scriptures, but at the same time, nothing was happening. And speaking of, you know, women who rise, you know, the enemy, he would try to get you to sit down. Yeah. And that's what he was trying to get me to do. He was trying to get me to sit down. He was trying to, what I was going through, that challenge, that obstacle that I was going through, he was trying to use that to separate me from God, knowing that if I'm separated from God, separated from the one thing that I know I need, I'm separated. He knew that he would have me. And that's just what he was trying to do. He was trying to separate me from God. And like I said, I got in a low place. I was hurt. I was hurt. And, you know, I got to a point to where I would go to church. I was there, but I wasn't there. I got to a point to where I was there and I would sit during the whole service. I would just sit. I was just sitting in service. It was hard for me to lift my hands. It was hard for me to clap my hands because I was hurting so bad. And I needed God to do something. But one thing, I never thought about leaving God. I would never thought about leaving. But I needed something, you know, and I remember one Saturday I was, at the time I was in school, one Saturday I was went to class. And I remember the professor, he got behind the podium. And out of every time he had taught a lesson, that day there was no lecture. He didn't do no lesson. He got behind that podium and he said, I don't know who this is for. He said, but I feel led to give my testimony. Wow. And to give his testimony about a hard trial that he had to deal with in his body and how he had to go through and how God delivered him from that thing. And the whole time while he was speaking, I'm out there in the audience. I'm just in awe. I'm just looking like, wow. Right. You know, knowing that at this moment, God is speaking to me. God is yet setting me up for success. He's setting me up because I know two things God will do. Either he's going to bring you out or he's going to give you the necessary tools that you need in order to go. that thing. And each time he was giving me the things that I need in order to go through what I was dealing with. And, and I thought, I love, that's what's so great about God. And I love God. And when I thought about, and after class, I went up to him, I was thanking him for the testimony. I was letting him know that was just for me. I remember going home and I cried out to God as never before. I mean, I cried out to him and I said, Lord, I need your help. Because it's one thing, if I have to go through this, fine, I'll go through it. But God, let me be content with what it is that I'm going through.
Right.
Comfort me, give me what it is I need. And when I tell you that God did just that, I remember that weekend going to church, talking about women who rise. I remember that weekend going to church. Instead of sitting down, I got up out of my seat and I began to praise and magnify God, clap my hands. Give God the glory, because even if he don't do it, that doesn't mean that he can't. Right. I know that he can, and that was the thing. So I thank God because he gave me those necessary tools. And now, guess what? Years later, I am unbothered by that.
Yes.
Comforted me. I'm so unbothered by that. God, he has done great things in my life. I have rise above that challenge. And again, two things. He's either going to bring you out or he's going to give you the tools that you need that will help you go through that thing. And I thank God for giving me those tools, each time, just dropping those nuggets, talking to me through people, encouraging me, even through my husband and my mom, my family, different friends, they would encourage me. And now I can help others out. When we are able to rise above challenges, God, he does it. So we're able to bring others above their challenges and things that they're facing. So, I just thank God for that he did in my life. Again, he just, it was amazing. But now I'm unbothered. I have moved. I have matured in that area of my life. And for that, I give him all praise and glory.
Yes. I love how you said if God don't take you out of it, he'll give you the tools that you need to go through it. Because a lot of times we're just looking for the exit door. We're like, oh, I don't want to go.
We want to way out. Just get me out. Get me out.
We want to hit the exit.
And that's just what he gave me, what I needed in order. He sustained me through that trial, and I thank him for that.
Yes, and I know in my life, I can be honest and say I've been guilty of at times. I'm like, Lord, I don't want to go through this. It hurt, and I don't like pain. I'll be honest. I don't like no type of pain, no needles, nothing, no pain. So I'm like, okay, this is not comfortable for me. Lord, can I just come out? I learned my lesson. It's been 2 days. I learned my lesson. Take me out. But
Right. That thing might turn into weeks, months, even years. But God, again, he's going to give us what we need, sis, in order to endure that thing and come out on top.
Yes. Ooh, okay. This is good. Good. God will give you the tools that you need to go through, even if he don't bring you out. Sometimes every trial is not meant for us to come out of quick, fast, and in a hurry. Some things he teach us, as we go through it. So he'll give you the tools. Remember that, y'all. He'll give you the tools that you need to go through. Yes. And again, I like how you went back to getting up. You said, like, once you got back to church, you didn't sit down. And sometimes.
Yeah. Right, sis. And the thing, I wanted to sit down. I wanted to, but something, we got something else that's telling us we can't give up. We got to get up. I wanted to sit down, but I couldn't. I thank God for that.
Yes. And even sometimes when you were saying that, I thought about how even though we're talking about, women who rise, not even as a metaphor, sometimes just physically getting up, you can be sitting in service and be down in your spirit. You can be sitting at home and you can feel depression coming over. Just get up. Just as getting up alone. Well,
or making first stuff, just getting up.
Yeah. You get up and God, he'll meet you halfway. He'll never just go by ourselves. He'll let us know, okay, you take one step, I'll take two.
Right. Yeah, just take that first step. Yes.
I love that. I'm going, that blessed me. I'm going to remember that. Just get up. Me feel like getting up. Just pick yourself up anyway. Just put one foot in front of the other and get up. Yes.
Yeah.
Can you, so what are your thoughts on, because I mentioned last week how there are a lot of women who simply don't have the mind to rise. They don't see the need. Some women have been presented the opportunity to rise and they simply said, I'm good. They don't see that for us to rise. what are your thoughts when it comes, you know, to that? Because sometimes we can look at other women and we can see like, oh, I want to help them rise. I want to, but then they'll reject the help that, you know, you're trying to give them. What are your thoughts when it comes to that type of situation?
Well, in the world that we're living in today, you know, with all the issues, you know, mental health, everything that's going on around us, it's important that I feel that, you know, not only that we are rising, but we are helping others, and those who don't have the mind, just getting them to, I don't know, just get them to see the importance of it, because see, they can help somebody. You know, I might can't reach everybody, but you might can reach those that I can't reach. So I need you. Let me pull you up. Now that I have pulled you up, you can pull others up. And sometimes that is a hard thing, because sometimes people, they get comfortable in,
Right. Mm-hmm.
they get comfortable in sitting. That's the easy part. But just showing a person how sitting isn't getting you anywhere. You know, sometimes you can sit so long and a year have passed, and you could have done something a year ago and could have been moved forward in that thing.
Right.
But I think just getting people to realize that, you know, first off, there's purpose, and there's a purpose for you. If you are here, if you have blood still running in your vein, there is purpose for you. There is a plan for you. God has purpose. You know, there are goals that we have set forth in our lives, but if we don't get up and do something,
Right.
you know, I think, you know, sometimes people have to be coached into things. Some people have to, you know, you have to like mentor them into those things, get them to see, you know, even taking those small steps, you know, because I've known people, and it's easier said than done, because sometimes, you know, you can really be in a low place where you really feel all alone. And
Right.
I think the thing is even just prayer, just having God, you know, that's the equation. If you put God with anything, I think God, you know, he will take control of that situation, and he will help bring those things out. Like I said, I've known somebody who have been in a low place, and it's been hard for them. And I think even through prayer and just support, you know, being there for them, and
Right.
just those kind of baby steps, just easing them up out of that, because for some people it is a hard thing. But I think through prayer, you know, and just being there for them and just helping them, almost having to, you know, pull them out, you know, come
Right.
on, you get up, girlfriend, come on, get up. We getting up. Even sometimes you might have to go to the house, you know, girl, I'm coming over there, get dressed, get up,
Yeah.
we go out. You know, sometimes because you know, you have to, especially if you know, you have your friends, and you know, sometimes within friends, you know, you have to go that extra mile, and they will appreciate you for that later on. But just, hey, I'm heading over that way, you gonna get up, you gonna get up, we're gonna go out, we're gonna do something, because sometimes those are the first steps. Because, you know, sometimes, but like me, I'd rather been at home in my room, in my bed, you know, alone. And that's where that isolation comes in. That's a lot of times where the wants to put you in that isolation. He wants to get you all alone so he can talk to you and feed you with negativity. But, you know, that's why you have to be surrounded by people who love you, people that's going to support you, people that's there for you. So those people that can say, "No, we're going now. I'm coming over, get dressed, and we're going to go out. We're going to do something." And, you know, we just have to hold ourselves accountable for them, because, you know, we have people who are really in need, and really we want to see them rise. And it's our responsibility to do all that we can do to get them to rise. So if that means, you know, taking that extra step, going to pick them up, taking them out, doing something that will encourage them, that will kind of pull them up, we make that first, you know, we do our part. I feel that God, he will come in, he will do the rest.
Yes, I like how you said that. And the Bible says that iron sharpened iron.
That's
And
right.
if you know, and I'm the type of person is I want to see my friends succeed.
Right.
I don't want to see my friend fall. I don't want to see you fail.
Right, and that's a good thing. And see, that's the thing, because you really want to make sure you are surrounded by people who have your best interests. I want sisters in my corner, those that's gonna pray with me, pray for me, tell me when I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Tell me, help me out. I help you, you help me. Like you said, iron sharpening iron. We're here for each other. When you succeed, I'm happy, and vice versa. You know, we have to, you know, learn to, you know, enjoy seeing everybody rise to the occasion, rising and doing things, and not, you know, it's enough room for all of us to rise. Sis, you know,
Yes.
For us all to rise and to be who God has called us to be.
Yeah. So yeah, if you know somebody, or if you see somebody who's down, help them rise. We can all rise together. It don't have to just be one friend in the bunch that has risen or that is going higher. We can all go higher together, and I'm the type, I don't like to see anybody else down. If I see you struggling, if I can give you the shirt off my back, I'm gonna give you the shirt off my back. If I can give you my dollar,
text, just do whatever it is that's in your power to do to help others. And in that, God will bless you for being a blessing to others, because we're helpers of one another. So God, he will bless us for helping others. So help your sister when they're down.
Yes. And I think a lot of times, we as women, like, I think we have, I don't want to say pride, but we get like in that place to where I don't want anybody to know I need encouragement. I don't want anybody to know that I'm battling this, or that I feel depressed, or that my mind is just going, you know.
Right. You do have people who are very private. I mean, very private. Even they won't even tell their closest friends a lot of times when they're going through. But I think sometimes you can kind of sense, or you can kind of see when a person is kind of off. When something different about a person, and sometimes they might be so private to the point to where you might not want to approach them. I think that's where prayer comes in, and wisdom, having that wisdom, knowing how to go about, Lord, show me how to go about this with this person. Because if they are private, you want to respect their boundaries. You don't want to go about it in the wrong way, but you want to use that wisdom in going about it. So that is very important for those that are private. I would say, just really praying and asking God for wisdom and how to handle that.
Right, exactly. Yes. I think that's very important. Me myself, I'm not the type that'll tell just right off somebody if I am going through something. You really have to just know me and why. The majority of the time, if you approach me, I'll be like, oh, I'm fine, I'm good. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
I'm the same way, can be smiling, everybody, but at the same time, just like even back when I was going through that, I was coming to church, you didn't want people to really see what was going on. So you put on this smile, and like, but I think those that really know you, they know there's something. And even God will even show people, or would tell people to pray for her. And you don't have to all the time know, why, what's going on with that person, but just praying for that person and praying that God will touch them, and that God will, give them the tools they need in order to rise above whatever it is that they're facing.
Absolutely, yes. And Shanitra Beck, what would be your last bit of advice to another woman who, I want to say, who may be in that place to where they don't want anybody to know that they're going through something, that they're battling with, just the fact that they're trying to rise, but they don't want anybody to know that they're down? What would be your last bit of advice to them that would help them, just to reach out for the help that they need to help them to rise?
Right. Well, first of all, I would say, first of all, trust God. Trust his plan. A lot of times we say we trust God with the plans that he has for our life. Trust his plan. Trust his decisions that he have laid out. Trust his timeline. Surround yourself with people, and just know that you're in God. He is right there. He is there, and he's waiting. He's just waiting. He's waiting. Sometimes I'm just waiting on the baton. He's just waiting on you to hand it over to him. And just trust, a lot of times we look at others, trust the timeline that God has laid out in front of you. Like, since our timelines may be different, we might not is that what we want at the same time. But if we look down our timeline, we can see where God has touched and have blessed and have done those things time and time again. I go back to 2002, 2005, all the way now to 2022, and see where God have each time I have risen above each challenge in my life. So for you sisters out there that are you're struggling with rising above, I want to say trust God first and foremost. Trust God. So don't stay isolated. Do not stay isolated. Get with some get some prayer partners in your life. Because sometimes you might be surrounded with those that are not really, don't have your best interest. So you need to make sure that they are for you. And like I say, surround yourself with people that love you, people that want to see you win. You want to surround yourself with people want to see you win. I need people in my corner that's wanting me to win. Get with some people. Make some affirmations in your life. You know, I can do all things through Christ. And get to whatever that challenge is. I want you to get up and do something. It might be a small thing in the beginning, but each time make a step.
Yes.
Do something. Trust God. Trust his plans. Trust the decisions that he have made. Trust the timeline. Make affirmations. Write scriptures on mirrors. Get up. Take those necessary steps. Baby steps, and before you know it, you have risen above it. With God, all things are possible. I have made it. I have risen above this challenge, this obstacle. I don't care if it's depression. I don't care what it is. God, he can do anything, but you got to want him to do it. Lord, I need help. So, you know, like I said, again, and just, you know, talk to God. Instead, you know, of course, we always love to talk to people, but just make sure we always put God in the equation, but also have people that you can talk to. You know, those friends that say, you can call me 24/7, anytime of day. Have those type of friends. You might, you know, of course, we want to talk to God 24/7, but you might have a friend that you want to call up. Have friends like that will get on the phone with you. It might be 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You might just need somebody to talk to at that moment. Have friends like that in your life.
Ooh, yeah. Yes. Is that
get up, call, you know somebody right now, go ahead and call and say, girl, get up,
call your friend and tell them, girl, get up.
Get up, girl, get up. Get up. It's gonna be all right. With God, we got this anyway. We got it.
Whew. Well, y'all heard Lady Beck. Call your friend. Tell her, girl, get up. Don't let her stay down. No more sitting down. We're not sitting down no more. You know, we getting up. We rising. This is 2022. We're going to rise. We're going to help our friends rise, and we're going to all rise. We're going to come out together because we're going to rise. Yes. Lady Beck, thank you so much. I love how you pointed that out. To just have people in your corner, in your circle.
Got to.
Who want to see you win. If you know your friends don't want to see you win, you got the wrong set of friends. I'm sorry to tell you.
What you're for, yeah.
How close y'all are, how long y'all been friends, you need a new friend.
And seek God for those friends. Seek out who you need in your life. Your path who are really there and truly for you.
Yes. Well, like she said, y'all, trust God. I don't care what you're going through. Trust God. Talk to him. Talk to him. A lot of times we shut down. Don't shut down. Open up to God. He's the one that can help. And reach out to a good friend know is going to be there. And, you know, talk to him. You'll be surprised what other people are going through or have been through and how their testimony, like Sister Beck's, how their testimony can bless you and encourage you. Yes, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Shanitra Beck, for accepting the invitation. Thank you for your words of wisdom, your words of encouragement that you have shared with us, y'all. If y'all don't remember nothing else, she said, get up. Get up, get up, get up. Your movement alone is an act of faith. Again, Shanitra Beck, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. You have blessed us greatly. Y'all, can you put your hand claps in the comments if you have enjoyed the testimony, the words of wisdom, the encouragement from Lady Beck on tonight? I know I was blessed. I know you all were blessed as well. There you go. Put your hand claps in the comments for her. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for accepting the invitation again. I'm honored to have you. I was so excited. Like I told you, I told my mom, I said, we got Lady Beck. She said, oh, yeah, it's going to be real good. I said, I know it's going to be good. So thank you again. Viewers, I know you guys were blessed. Thank you all for joining us again tonight on Women Who Rise. Again, we'll be here every Thursday. We'll be back same time next week, 8 o'clock. I'll let you guys know on next week who our guest is next week for Women Who Rise. Again, Lady Beck, thank you so much for taking our time just to come with us and bless us with your testimony. It was greatly enjoyed. I'm encouraged. I know they're all encouraged. And we're going to get up. We're not going to stay sitting down. We're going to get up. We're going to get the help that we need. Okay, so that's all the time that we have. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining. And we will see you all again on next week. For those who don't have Facebook, I will be uploading this broadcast to Instagram and YouTube, Women Who Rise. So look for that later on tonight. Thank you guys, and you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you again, Lady Beck. Bye-bye.